Hey people, we're right in the middle of our Bible study in the book of Job. We're getting there, making progress, and today I'll be sharing the lessons that I learned from reading chapters 21 to 23, which I hope you have read as well. So let's get into it. Now, this is Job's seventh speech, and he's responding to his friend Zophar. And here he laments about how wicked people prosper, as do their children, livestock, and property. And some of them even go peacefully into the grave after living such an evil life. And it made me think about this. And I was reminded of Psalm 37:7 that says, "Fret not yourself when the righteous flourish, because their day is coming, they will eventually fade away." Did you think about that too? I mean, when you think about a country like ours in Nigeria, where we see many people who have done some very despicable things still going on to enjoy, their children are, doing well and flourishing, and it just makes you think that, God, are you seeing all this? He really is. Now as we read along, we got to Eliphaz, who's behind. I'm tired of, by the way. He began to give Job instances of how he must have sinned to warrant his judgment, saying, "Oh, you must have done this and you must have done that." But seriously, the book of Job, it really made me put the concept of friendship under a microscope. And that's me as a friend and friends to me as well. Sometimes we forget the nuances that really make up good or true friendships, especially in times of trouble. One key takeaway from the later part of 22:12 to 30, after I reread it, away from the fact that Eliphaz was speaking those words as part of his judgment on Job, was the truth of them. He said many true things of God, and it's important to understand the truths that Job's friends spoke in the right context. If not, you'll take it out of context, because they were saying true things about God, but they were saying it in a way that was pronouncing judgment on Job, which was wrong. So I had to go back and read it again and read it with the mindset of, I'm learning the truth about God, minus the context in which Job's friends were using it. Though their speeches came out of a self-righteous and judgmental place, they did give some good advice to anyone who would perhaps fall into the category of the wicked, but not Job. We all know that Job was just going through his journey. In 23, Job speaks some heartwarming words of surrender to God, familiar words that I myself have used in prayers during trying times. He trusts God is at work in the midst of his suffering, even though he can't see him or perceive him. For more context on this, you'll find that in 23:8 to 14. Now let's get to my getting to know God lesson. What I learned from reading these chapters is that God is not a do good and get good, or do bad and get bad God, like Job's friends suggested. We can't use our righteousness as a bargaining chip. The Bible even tells us that our righteousness is like filthy rags. So I can't say, because I have obeyed you for this, that, and the other, I deserve this, or this person has done wrong, so they deserve that. God's ways aren't our ways. And the sooner we learn this, the better. Thank you for joining me today. And then tomorrow we'll go on with our Bible study. We'll be reading Job 24 to 28. See you then. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.